if he is alive, and like you say, perhaps we're not...
Gratitude to Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump, and a message to them. The people of Iran appreciate your support. Many Iranians are grateful that you are helping them stand up against this regime. But there is also something very important to remember. If anyone tries to change Iran's borders or harm Iranian civilians, the Iranian people will stand against that as well. So please remain friends of the Iranian people. Help them reclaim their country as soon as possible. We will never forget the support, said Mitra Jashni, Executive Director of Farashgard Foundation, in an interview with ILTV News.
Behind his father, and we don't know him even, but of course we can guess. But I want to mention something.
Based on reports received, 15-year-old Ahmad Reza Feizi and 19-year-old Amir Hossein Feizi were shot and killed by police forces on the evening of February 28, 2026 in Fardis, Karaj. Reports say the two brothers were in a car with their father on Sepah Street in Fardis. It is said that after the passengers honked their horn in reaction to the news of Ali Khamenei's death, officers stopped their car and then opened fire. Sources close to the family say the shooting continued even after the car had already stopped. According to available information, a bullet that struck Ahmad Reza in the back of his shoulder passed through his body and reached his heart, killing him instantly. Amir Hossein was shot in the side shortly afterward and was critically wounded. Despite being taken to a medical center, he later died from the severity of his injuries. It is reported that the bodies of the two brothers were taken to a morgue under heavy security, and their release to the family was delayed. Ahmad Reza and Amir Hossein Feizi were eventually laid to rest on March 4, 2026 at the Behesht Ali Cemetery in Ishtihad. Amir Hossein had been helping at his father's dental clinic while continuing his studies and hoped to become a dentist one day. Ahmad Reza was a high school student, and his family says they were only days away from celebrating his 16th birthday. Threats against opponents of the Islamic Republic on state TV, along with a call for citizens to report others. In recent days, a program on Iranian state television, including Channel 3, featured a host and a political commentator making threatening remarks towards opponents of the Islamic Republic. During the broadcast, the host used harsh language, saying, "We'll make your mother sit in mourning for you." The guest commentator also said that confiscating the assets of people abroad who act against the Islamic Republic would be the first step in dealing with them. He added that security and judicial authorities have no hesitation when it comes to taking such actions. At the same time, Iran's Prosecutor General's office has called on citizens to report any cooperation by individuals inside or outside the country with what it described as foreign intelligence services. In a statement, the office said that any support for countries currently in conflict with Iran could, under the law, lead to the full confiscation of assets and other legal punishments. A new wave of arrests in Iran. At least 92 citizens detained on accusations of contact with media and security activities. Reports indicate a new wave of arrests of citizens across different parts of Iran. According to statements by security and judicial officials, at least 92 citizens have been detained on accusations such as sending materials to foreign-based media outlets, cooperating with Persian language networks abroad, and involvement in security-related activities. The commander-in-chief of Iran's law enforcement announced that 82 citizens were arrested for sending content to foreign media outlets and maintaining contact with them. However, no details have been released about the identities of these individuals or the locations where they are being held. At the same time, the prosecutor of Islam Shahr reported the arrest of one citizen in that city, claiming the individual had been in contact with a Persian language network outside the country and had been collecting information for it. In this case as well, the identity and place of detention of the arrested individual have not been disclosed. Meanwhile, the Intelligence Department of Khuzestan Province announced the arrest of 6 individuals on accusations of membership in an armed group, allegedly connected to foreign countries. In its statement, the agency claimed that weapons were discovered in their possession, but no information about their identities or current status has been released. In addition, the Abul Faz Corps of the IRGC in Lorestan reported the arrest of 3 citizens alleging that they were detained on accusations of spreading public anxiety and cooperating with foreign media outlets. According to the statement, these individuals were accused of actions such as spreading rumors, setting fire to mourning symbols, and sending images to media outlets, though their identities have not been made public. In most of these cases, officials have not provided information about the detainees' place of detention, access to legal counsel, or their legal status. At least 6 citizens in Kerman province have been arrested by forces from the Intelligence Department. In a report, IRIB News claimed the individuals were looking for an opportunity to take to the streets and create unrest. Meanwhile, another citizen has been arrested in the city of Shahr Babak, also in Kerman province. The report alleges that the detainee was planning an armed action and that a firearm said to have been used during the protests was confiscated from him. The Kerman Provincial Intelligence Department also announced that since the start of the war, it has identified 160 citizens in connection with the protests and taking what it described as legal action against them. Some of those accused are facing allegations such as espionage, using weapons during the protests, and communicating with Persian language media outlets based outside the country. Based on received information, Mohammad Jamshidi Gah Farrokhi, a citizen of Farrokh Shahr origin and a resident of Baharistan in Isfahan, was arrested on Saturday, February 14th, along with several of his friends in Baharistan by intelligence forces from Char Mahal and Bakhtiari province. According to published reports, his friends were released on bail after the arrest, but Mohammad Jamshidi Gah Farrokhi has been charged with waging war against God, known as Muharebe. It is reported that the charge was issued by Judge Panahi in Shahrikot, and this citizen is currently being held in Shahrikot prison. His family has expressed serious concern about his situation and has called for his case to be made public, hoping that wider attention may help prevent the enforcement of a sentence against him. According to received reports, Shaheen Vahid Paraz Kalor, a 30-year-old married man, was arrested in Tehran on January 8. Available information indicates he was detained at the Shahid Namju 185 Basij base in the Nizamabad district of Tehran. His court hearing was held on February 7th in a branch presided over by Judge Salavati. He was ultimately sentenced to death, facing charges of enmity against God and corruption on earth. Based on shared images, a number of Iranians present at the stadium hosting the women's football match between the Islamic Republic and the Philippines in Australia were seen holding the national lion and sun flag and chanting slogans such as Javid Shah, which means long live the Shah, and Haydar Haydar, Khamenei will perish. The match was held as part of the AFC Asian Cup. It had previously been reported that the players of this team had refused to sing the Islamic Republic's anthem during their first match of the tournament.